Welcome to Kit Katastrophe. My name is Kit, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Energon, Energon Class, Energon STRONGARM. Yeah, the name is kind of a mouthful. This figure came out in 2004 as part of Wave 4 of the Energon assortment, and is a repaint of Transformers Energon, Energon Class, STRONGARM. Confused yet? Energon STRONGARM, being a simple repaint, is a far cooler version of Energon STRONGARM's all-terrain vehicle alternate mode. And by cooler, I meant in terms of his color scheme, not his general aesthetics. Where STRONGARM was a bright Keat orange and burnt charcoal black, Energon STRONGARM is a fairer sandy blue with light gray accents. And where STRONGARM had a beige skin tone, Energon STRONGARM has a bright burnt orange, which really pops against the blue. I'm not sure I like it. Unlike between Signal Flare and Offshoot, STRONGARM shares his paint mask with Energon STRONGARM, meaning that colors are placed in the exact same places on the repaint as on the original. The only difference is the colors themselves. As seen on STRONGARM, the rear detailing is a metallic blue with some extra red dots in front of them, whereas on Energon STRONGARM both sets of details are painted red. Unsurprisingly, Energon STRONGARM's transformation is entirely identical to STRONGARM's. The only differences I can discern are some minor tolerances, which could just be chalked up to differences in how they've been stored and used over the years. On my copy of Energon STRONGARM, both the head swivel and the hinge on which the roll bar folds down are really loose, far looser than on STRONGARM. Energon STRONGARM's robot mode is just as strong, just as chunky, and just as beefy as STRONGARM's, which should come to no surprise at this point. The new colors do change the overall feel of the robot mode in my eyes, though. STRONGARM's color scheme reminds me of that of a construction worker's, whereas Energon STRONGARM looks like he belongs more in a refinery or some kind of laboratory. It's fun to come up with backstories for nothing characters. Energon STRONGARM actually has one new paint application in this mode that appears nowhere on STRONGARM. The former has some silver detailing on his thighs. I don't really have any strong opinions on this, though I do appreciate that it differentiates the two some more. Energon STRONGARM's accessories are identical to those of STRONGARM, which are cast in a far more similar shade of red than Signal Flares and Offshoots were. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. Being a simple repaint of STRONGARM, Energon STRONGARM has the exact same articulation. So let's just get it out of the way. At the head, he has a swivel that goes all the way around, but it is far looser than it is on regular STRONGARM. If you see, it's really easy to spin it left and right, whereas on my copy of STRONGARM, the joint is kind of tight. He has ball joints at the shoulders that can go all the way around, forward and backwards, and they can go all the way outwards once you get them past these nubs on the shoulder blades, or rather the shoulder mass. He has a reverse butterfly joint due to transformation, though it looks very unnatural, so I'd suggest against using it unless you use it very sparingly. At the hips, he has a front skirt that goes up, but the joint is very loose, it can barely keep itself up. And he has side skirts that go outwards, and he has a waist swivel that goes all the way around due to transformation and what have you. At the hips themselves, they go forward all the way. That's a good 90-degree bend, just a little bit more actually. And they don't go backwards very far because he has sculpted seats on his ass, which really hamper potential posing options. At the knees, he has what amounts to a double-jointed knee, but the joint is so low that it doesn't really do much. It's more of a transformation joint than anything else, unless, again, you use it sparingly. And finally, at the toe, the windshield parts can go up like that, sort of like a facsimile toe joint, but it's still not the best. So Energon STRONGARM doesn't have the best poseability, but he does have above average poseability for his size class. I don't feel any strong opinions about Energon STRONGARM. He's exactly as competent as the original version of the mold, with no major changes to make me prefer one over the other. Of course, regular STRONGARM will always be my baby, and understandably skews my opinions of the two, but STRONGARM's repaint is every bit as competent as he is, and is just as fun a figure. Should you add both to your collection, though? Perhaps not. Sure, the Omnicons are all relatively cheap if you know where to look, but unless you're into getting all 6, or are just a big fan of the Energon toy line as I am becoming, you're better off just getting whichever figure's color scheme suits you best. For that, I give Energon's Strongarm the same rank as his mold mate. Lovely. Thank you for keeping up with me through my Omnicon Marathon. It's been a long time coming. If you liked this video or otherwise found it helpful or informative, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. For my next review, I'll be heading back to the present with a look at Transformers Siege Deluxe Class Autobot Ratchet. This has been Katastrophe. Transform and roll out.